Legacy collections are usually a set of remains that get forgotten about, left behind because the policies and the procedures are not up to date. They're kind of forgotten about, and they're a forgotten story, and their story isn't told. We got this case in 2021, and I didn't start working on it until the fall of 2022. So we had it for a little bit. They were found in late 1980s, early 1990s by the Cochecho Country Club in Dover. And it was our initial belief that the remains in question were from the Dame Farm Cemetery. And we believed that they were from there simply because of the documentation that we had, the understanding from newspaper clippings, and everything else that came with the case. So we had to work, instead of working backwards like I was the whole time, we had to work forward. I used Ancestry, building a huge tree off of that, almost 500 members. And I also used a lot of public online obituaries to figure out the most present day individuals. But we realized that the remains were actually from unmarked burial ground just down the hill from the cemetery. And that was really tough because in no way was that produced or explained in any sort of documentation. That piece of information was written on a little sticky note, and I was absolutely crushed. Because we don't have an identification of this person any longer, because we can't affiliate them with the Dame family, I think the most stressful thing has been making sure that this person's story is heard, even though there is no identification to them. The fact that there are so many people, so many individuals post-mortem that are unable to share what they went through, share what their history, their individual history was like when they were living, is a very hard thing to come to terms with, because most people go unidentified and they don't get a chance to be remembered or in memoriam or what have you. But the fact that I get to work in a lab like this that works to identify individuals that are usually considered cold cases or legacy collections or whatever the term you'd like to use, the fact that I get to pinpoint someone's story using what I have understood about anthropology and then going forward with the research and analyses that I do, I get to tell someone's story.